Well, hello and welcome to ConvoActive with Kevin. Here's another session here we have for you. This session, I'd like to address this because I get a lot of people ask me this. So I figure, well, this is my forum. This is where I can get the information out. They'll say when they go to ConvoActive, they'll say, well, I look on there, and first of all, it's not you're not a licensed therapist. It's like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not a licensed therapist. I think of myself kind of as a therapist, though, but I'm not licensed. I think it's funny just to touch on that, even though as soon as I say it, you're going to go, yeah, duh. But Dr. Phil, what a name, right? Anyway, Dr. Phil, I used to, a long time ago, would watch every now and then. And it didn't take too long for me to realize what Dr. Phil was doing. And he's a licensed psychologist. I mean, he came into it as he's got all the cred, right? But his show, over and over, he would bring people on. Of course, this is what gets the views, right? It wouldn't be if it was some obscure, really real, like a real doctor session, I should say. People wouldn't have watched. So he gets these things. He gets these people on with these situations, like, for example, this isn't one that was, but it would be like this girl, she's 20 years old, and she stuffs straws up her nose to where her nose bleeds, and she does this when she's whatever. It's just like she enjoys doing it. She likes to shove the straws up her nose, and she loves to eat popcorn at the same time. Get the idea. And Dr. Phil would have her on the show, and he'd be like, so you stuff straws up here. We got a picture of you shoving straws up your nose. It's like, okay, so let me just ask you, why do you shove straws up your nose? And then she'd go, I don't know, that Dr. Bill, I just like doing it. It just feels good, man, I never met a straw I didn't like up my nose. And then he'll say, you need to stop shoving straws up your nose. I mean, it's obvious. It's people don't do that. And what are you like that, right? Okay, you get the idea. And I'm thinking, God, seriously, all these things that this mighty, mighty doctor. Anyway, I won't belabor that. But no, I am not a licensed therapist or psychologist, psychiatrist, or any of those things. And this is the other one I get people thinking, it's like, well, okay, well, I don't know how you're doing this. Well, it's like, hey, talk to me if you feel better. If you feel better, and you will. When you talk to me, you'll feel better. And when I always want people to know, as you see any of these videos, when I'm talking to you, when I'm talking with you, I'm not. It's not like this. I'm observing. I'm saying back. It's just like I've said in other videos. It's like you're kind of you're like a play in front of me. It's all happening, and I try to tune into you, and I try to just kind of intuit. With intuition, and okay, how about this, that, and then you decide what. But in the end, no matter what, at the end of each session, you will see your situation better. You're going to feel better. That's the bottom line. And I don't charge anywhere near what psychologists. And to that, I'm not talking people who have serious psychiatric situations. I'm not that. Please get professional help. But for just people who are just kind of like going along and life starts to kind of wear them down, and then they just kind of could use a little like fluffing. I always use that analogy, like fluffing up the pillow, like that's me. That's ConvoActive. Okay, so then the other question is, but then you're a life coach. And it's not, no, I'm not a life coach. A life coach, the difference between me and a life coach is I'm just a one-off thing. I mean, you can have 10 sessions with me a day, if I was available. But after each session, that's it. We're nothing until the next session. If we have a next session, that's up to you. It's always in your court. But you can have one session with me, or we can have, these talk sessions. You can do 3 times a week, whatever works for you. But I'm not tethered to you. I'm not a life coach. Really becomes almost like a extension of the person they're helping, and that's not me at all. That's not what I'm doing. I'm helping you with what, and sometimes I talk to somebody that it's like a relationship question, maybe with with their husband or girlfriend or whatever. But sometimes and then the next time I talk to them, it's about their relationship and having the issues that they're having at the workplace. Or maybe the next time I'm talking to them, it's like, hey, I would like to try to stop smoking through you. So it's always a different. It can, not always. It can be a different thing, or just puppet talk. Maybe I tell you, there's a lot of that's a whole nother story. But I'm just saying, it's like a la carte. You go and through the salad bar and you say, this time I want some macaroni. And the next time you're like, I just think I'll take some split pea soup with the salad. You get the idea. And then that's it. Where again, the life coach, they're like almost an extension of your life. Okay, so you're like, oh, hey, I got to go in for this job interview. What should I do? What should I wear? And then they're like, oh, they got to get back to you. It's like, oh, you're going into the interview. What kind of interview is this? Blah, blah, blah. It's almost like they become your a sub brain that I think in a way that can help people. I'm sure it can help people actually a lot, but that you kind of train into this person who's supposedly, of course, that they really kind of have their act together so much that then when you kind of are tethered to them, you start to get your act together as you become kind of more of almost an extension of them, and then they an extension of you. That is not ConvoActive at all. It's definitely, like I said, much more. We just talk and then that's it. We can talk again and that's it. But it's just on off, where we're not really tethered. That's the bottom line. So, anyways, I just wanted to clarify that as it is for me and who I really am and what ConvoActive is all about. And that's why I often will refrain from putting, because I also do like English tutoring and stuff. I consider myself to be more of the host than a coach, but I'm kind of, in between host and coach. Okay. And don't put the word life in front of me. All right. So that's it. Hope if you want to talk to me, just go to ConvoActive.com and book a session, and we'll talk. We'll have a great time. Believe me, you'll feel better afterwards. You will. All right. Thank you. Till next time. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.